The Toronto Blue Jays have a massive problem on their hands in the form of George Springer, who has been struggling immensely in spring training. He hit his first home run of the campaign just today, but it's been a while since we've seen him truly tap into what made him a very special player with the Houston Astros. He's well past his prime now, but will he be able to be an effective player with some players proving that they belong at the big league level, most notably Alan Roden? So we'll have that and much more coming up on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. But first, I want to talk about George Springer and the impact that he could have if he can manage to turn back the clock just a couple of years. I mean, just a couple of years ago, he was still an elite ball player, a guy that the Blue Jays relied on to play every day and to produce for them in the middle of the order or even at the top of the order. But it's been anything but that over the past couple of seasons. Speed has declined. He's not able to catch up to the fastball, and he's just not doing enough damage. For a guy that's playing every day, he's managed to stay healthy, which is great. The move to right field has really helped him in that regard. But apart from being in the lineup, I mean, at times he just looks like he's not a major league player and looks below average. So that is something that the Blue Jays are either going to have to deal with, going to have to stomach. But with everything that we've heard, a team that wants to be a championship contender this season, can they afford to trot out a guy in their lineup every single day that struggles as much as George Springer does? I mentioned Alan Roden briefly, who has had a really good spring, shows great bat-to-ball skills, maybe not great power, which doesn't make him a top prospect, but still he's got a great eye at the plate, which is translatable, no doubt about that. He's got great bat-to-ball skills. He's going to get on base, okay speed, can play the outfield at a decent level. Like, to me, that is a guy that is a surefire starter in this lineup with the way that he and George Springer have performed side by side. So the choice to me is simple, but then you add in the equation of the $25 million contract that Springer is making for not only this season, but for the season after this one, and it gets a little bit tricky. And the Jays made that financial commitment. You had to believe that there was going to be some fall off in his play, but not only has he fallen off, he has totally done a 180 and not been the same player, not even been an effective player at times. So I don't know if that's something that the Blue Jays could afford to take a chance on as we get closer and closer to the season. Now, my prediction is George Springer may not finish out the year. Let me know in the comments down below, though. Do you think Springer is going to finish the season with the Blue Jays? Do you think he's going to be rejuvenated, or is it going to be another struggle where he's just going to be in the lineup every day because of how much money he makes? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you all next week.